Let's talk about these Chinese hackers and all the chaos and confusion they're causing. What up, everybody? This is your boy Tech G back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about these Chinese hackers who are out here causing all types of chaos and confusion in the world of cybersecurity. All right, so as you can see, the article says U.S. agencies warn against Chinese hackers targeting telecoms and network service providers. It says U.S. cybersecurity and intelligence agencies have warned about China-based state-sponsored cyber actors leveraging network vulnerabilities to exploit public and private sector organizations since at least 2020. It says the widespread intrusion campaigns aim to exploit publicly identified security flaws in network devices such as small office, home office routers or SOHO routers, and network attached storage devices with the goal of gaining deeper access to victim networks. So for those of you out there who do not know what a SOHO router is, or a small office, home office router, or what network attached storage is, I highly encourage you to click the playlist tab where I educate you on these various types of technologies in my IT Fundamentals A+ and Network Plus classes. Article goes on to say, in addition, the actors use these compromised devices as route command and control traffic to break into other targets at scale, according to the National Security Agency, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, and the FBI. So basically, command and control, or C2, this is when a hacker gains access to a device and kind of takes over that device and starts sending information from that device to a device elsewhere that the hackers actually have direct access to where they can get access to all of the information that they are siphoning from your device. Article goes on to say the perpetrators, besides shifting their attacks in response to public disclosures, are known to employ a mix of open source and custom tools for reconnaissance and vulnerability scanning, as well as to obscure and blend their activity. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the term open source means, these are basically software tools and programs that you can download and get access to off of the internet for free. It says the attacks themselves are facilitated by accessing compromised servers, which the agencies called hot points, from China-based IP addresses, using them to host C2 domains, email accounts, and communicate with the target networks. It says cyber actors use these hot points as an obfuscation technique when interacting with victim networks, the agency noted, detailing the adversary's pattern of weaponizing flaws in telecommunications organizations and networks service providers. It says upon gaining a foothold into the network via an unpatched internet-facing asset like a router, the actors have been observed obtaining credentials for user and administrative accounts, followed by running router commands to surreptitiously route, capture, and exfiltrate traffic out of the network to actor-controlled infrastructure. So once again, they are breaking into these networking devices, snooping around, seeing what's going on, and stealing information and sending that information back to a device that they can control so that they can do whatever they want with that information. It says last but not least, the attackers also modified or removed local log files to erase evidence of their activity to further conceal their presence and evade detection. So not only are they breaking in and stealing stuff, they are removing all traces of their presence there by clearing out log files in an effort to minimize you ever finding out that they were there stealing stuff in the first place. That is what these hackers do, ladies and gentlemen. It says the agencies did not single out a specific threat actor, but noted that the findings reflect Chinese state-sponsored groups' history of aggressively striking critical infrastructure to steal sensitive data, emerging key technologies, intellectual property, and personally identifiable information. So look, we all know the country of China has a history of jacking people's stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Everything from copywriting this to stealing intellectual property pertaining to that. Not trying to put this label on all of them, but they are notorious. Them in North Korea are notorious for doing this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is part of the reason why we need a cybersecurity defense force out there that's heavy in these streets, because over in China and North Korea, especially in the country of North Korea, they are literally training young children to become what they call super hackers, where they're being trained by the Chinese. And one of their main goals is to break into a bunch of IT infrastructures here in the US to cause chaos and confusion. So as a matter of fact, here's a great example of that. So you all remember a few years back when Sony Pictures, when they had a bunch of emails that were leaked where some of the executives were talking some crazy stuff about Kevin Hart, the actor comedian, right? Well, that leak was due to a bunch of North Koreans who were trained by Chinese to break into IT systems. That is exactly who was responsible for that. And the reason they did that is because there was a movie that came out around that time where they were going to be making fun of the leader of North Korea. And obviously the leader of North Korea wasn't having it. So they sent their cyber goons out there to break into some movie production companies' IT infrastructure here in the States and start leaking emails that made the executives look horrible in reference to comments they were saying about Kevin Hart. So that is an example of what some of these people over in that part of the world do that have a problem with how we do here in the United States. It says the disclosure also arrives less than a month after the cybersecurity authorities revealed the most routinely exploited initial access vectors to breach targets, some of which included misconfigured servers, weak password controls, unpatched software, and failure to block phishing attempts. So all of this stuff, weak passwords, you not updating your software, you clicking on random links in email accounts. This is how hackers get into your stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, you don't have to go out there and do some super duper James Bond type of stuff to lock down and secure your system. You can just simply implement strong password protections, stop clicking random links in emails, and update your software, and that will block a vast majority of people from breaking into your stuff. And finally, it says entities can mitigate the vulnerabilities listed in this advisory by applying the available patches to their systems, replacing end-of-life infrastructure, and implementing a centralized patch management program. All right, so there you have it, folks. There you have it. The Chinese are out there trying to break into our critical infrastructures. And at the same time, if they have access to your stuff, they might pop up and snoop around in your stuff and start exfiltrating data back to wherever the heck this data is traveling back to. So I want to share this article in hopes to inspire and motivate you all to look at this cybersecurity thing a little bit more serious, because right now in the news, there's all this talk about the US and China possibly going to war over Taiwan. Well, guess what? There is already a quote unquote war taking place between the US and China, and we're dealing with that war on the cyber front where they are constantly trying to hack in and break into our stuff, them and the North Koreans. That's just what they're doing. This is why we need you all out there to stop riding the fence, go take these doggone classes and go get certified and skilled up so we can have people like you out there protecting the network, so you can enjoy your way of life with one less thing to worry about in terms of somebody breaking into your Soho router or your network at your job and stealing all the stuff. And now they're messing up your paycheck. They got your identity just floating around all over the internet. Just all kind of crazy madness going on, right? That's why we need you to go out there and get A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus certified. And guess what? You can start that training and or that education right here on the Tech G channel by just clicking the playlist, because I already have those classes posted on the YouTubes for the big fat free 99. Anyways, hopefully you guys got something out of this video. If you did, hit the like button, share button, drop a comment, but most importantly, subscribe to this channel. And with that, I will holler at you all on the next video. Peace.